Hello. We have a lot of building to do today. So I think we're just going to jump right into it. We're going to start with the gatehouse. So let's go. Well, the gatehouse has now been completed. And as you just saw, I did do the bailey or the courtyard inside. So yeah, let's go take a look and see what this actually looks like when you wander in from between the gatehouses. Yeah, I think that'll be really cool, especially with a wall here and then a wall between the gatehouse and our storage room, which I suppose would actually be called the Ministry of Production. Something like that. Anyway, we have 2 towers here for each side of the gatehouse, and I figured each of these towers would be used for slightly different things. This side is more the like almost like the guardhouse. Oh yeah, I'm prepping for the next section, and apparently I should have just filled in this area. Oh well. I figured this would be more of like the guards break room, or like a little, hangout lounge area, kind of just chilling, right, getting ready to go on duty, or that kind of thing. And then this other side here would be more of like the administrative. This is where like citizens, if they need to go and talk to the guard force, they would walk in here and walk around and then go and talk to the spinning guy on duty. All right. And I have not fully unlocked all of his trades yet, but he is where we're going to get all of our Fletcher needs. So if I need a bunch of bows, this is the man I'm going to talk to. So yeah, since, most of our builds are towers, I figured that the primary weapon of the Empire would be the bow. So that's why I have a whole lot of target blocks out here. And yes, the only other block that looks similar to a target block is a lodestone, which made this build more expensive than I was expecting. Oh well. Oh well. So yeah, so this would be, the administrative guy. And then the banner design back here is kind of the design or the pattern that I went with for all of the other symbols. So that's kind of where this came from. I actually think I like the banner design more than this one here, this big one here, or even like that one up there above the catwalk there. But the problem with the banners versus like the normal blocks is if I stand far enough back, the banners don't render in. So I ended up going with the one that I didn't like as much. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys like this one more, or the one up there above the catwalk, the bridge over there, let me know. I'm interested to see your guys' suggestions. I'm looking forward to that. All right, so I think it's going to be easier if we wander up the tower on this side first. And then this is our entrance, and we're going to have this connect to the wall. This is going to be the wall that's going to go past the iron farm. Then if we keep on going up, this is where the bridge is, where we can, see out the front of our area. And then we can see into the courtyard here too. Yeah, let's go down here first. So I figured this would be like the gatehouse record room. So this would be where they store all of the books of, there was a battle here on this date, or 14 carts went through the gate. So I figure they keep track of all of that stuff here. And then maybe like this section is the royal records versus just, the everyday records that are over there. I don't know. We'll see. All right, and then here's the bridge again. And so if we keep on going up, we have a couple of different balconies here, and I figure this would be where the actual guards are standing up here watching, keeping an eye on everything, since it is a guardhouse anyway. Oh, a gatehouse anyway. And then up here would be like the commandant's or the commander of the watch, his office. So he would have a pretty good view over everything, and it's out of the way, so he can come up here and, you know, keep track of any of the other administrative stuff that needs to be happening. Yeah. So that is this tower. So now if we go back down, go across the bridge, we can see the, well, we have a balcony here to look over at the Mason Tower. And I figure we'll do something over here as well. My initial thought is a port, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I do want to have something over here, and it'd be nice to have another. It was nice to have another vantage point over here. So that's what this balcony's for. And then if we continue all the way up here, we will get a little bit of a barracks room. And seeing as it is designed to be sleeping quarters, figured it was going to be a nice thing to be able to turn off the lights. So that's why I put in the redstone lamps. And then this is the last lookout here. Be able to look out and keep track of everything that's going on. So yeah, that is the gatehouse. So let's get one more look at it. Yeah. And I decided to go with the quartz and diorite roof. I figured this combination is more denoting of like the important, the wealthy buildings, and I figure the city as a whole would want their guardhouse, the entrance to be a little bit more grand, and so they splurged and spent it on the nicer roof versus like the farmer areas that just has the crimson roof or the deep slate roof. So yeah, so that is the gatehouse. And then I started working on, in castle terms, I understand this to be known as a bailey, but I feel like a courtyard is a very similar similar term. So it's just essentially an open area where, if attackers broke through the wall, they would have to cross this open area to be able to get to another place of safety. And all the while, you know, the defenders are raining arrows on them. And so it's just kind of another layer of defense for the inner area here. So yeah, we will end up hooking up a staircase that starts here, that starts wrapping around our mountain. And then I think what I want to do is we'll add in a wall here. And I think I want to put like target range, a couple of like a archery target practice range, and then maybe like a little small melee training combat area right here. I think that'll work. So yeah, let me get to work on that. think this turned out fairly well. We have the walkway in here now, and the wall goes all the way to just past our iron farm. Yeah, I think I might make some adjustments to the walkway here, but I think this is probably a good start. I don't know if I want to, I think I might have started bringing in like the quartz and the calcite a little too early, because this is going to be a very, very long stairway or walkway all the way up to the top. And yeah, I feel like I'm going to want a little bit more variation towards the top half versus just it being a pure quartz walkway, which it might turn into if I have quartz in here this early. But anyway, we'll deal with that when we continue the walkway up farther. So yeah, I added in the target practice range, and then this is a melee practice range with a couple of armor stands. I should probably put armor on them. We'll see. I might do something else in addition to just putting the statues around here. So yeah. And I did make this like actual redstone. You know, it actually does stuff versus just, oh, it's just, you know, a target. So this one, the one on the left, as long as you hit the target anywhere, the light will show up. The one on the right, as you see, if you have a not great shot, the light won't show up. But if you have a good shot, there we go, the light shows up. This one is a little bit harder. This one, you need to do it faster. So if I do this reasonably quick, I did not do it quick enough. Let's see if I can do it faster. That central light should turn on. I keep on waiting too long on the second shot, I think. But yes, the light does turn on if you do it fast enough. Then you have to obviously hit the targets too. This one is just a moving target. So you hit that, and then it gets moved over. Then it gets pushed down. Gets moved over, and back up to where it started. So yeah. And then we're here at kind of the base of the wall. And if we turn around here, we are in a barracks area. There's a decent amount of beds in here, so I imagine that there would be the main guard force for the actual like Emperor's Tower might be residing in here. I imagine that when we get other buildings around the city here built, we might end up adding another, maybe we'll build like a full army military complex somewhere, and we'll have some more sleeping quarters there. This area is just kind of like the troops lounge area or hangout area. So I imagine, you know, there would be some card games here or just kind of a chill area here with some music going. So yeah, I think this turned out fairly well. And then we still have access to the iron farm, which is running like a champ. All right. So yeah, there's one last thing I want to do then. And that's the area on top of the barracks area. And I think I might turn this into a bit of a garden area. Put in some, a little bit of like shrubbery. I don't really want to go all out and build like a huge tree or a lot of water features or an absolute ton of greenery. Because, I mean, we are in a desert after all. So, yeah. I think we'll put that in. And then we'll see where we're at. So yeah, let me put the garden in. Or maybe all I'll need to do is turn around. And just like that, we are here in our little bit of a garden area. I figured there would be a little bit of a water stream, water feature, but not a very big one. And then a fair amount of just these little shrubbery areas where they're able to kind of water it manually. So yeah, I think this area turned out pretty well, and I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, let's get one more look at all of it put together. Maybe we'll land up here on the guardhouse, on the Gatehouse Towers. We'll get an overall look at it. I'm really happy with it, and I think what we'll end up doing is kind of spreading like the pathway that we have on top of the wall there, and some of what we have in the courtyard around to our other builds. So we'll probably, snake it around here and let it go into our Ministry of Production building. We'll probably have one snake around the slime farm and over here to the blacksmith building, just so that we can connect all of our builds up together. As far as outside of the inner wall, so outside of that line there, and outside of that line there over to that watchtower over there that we have yet to build, we will probably have a different path design, road design, and it'll be, a little bit more fitting for this is not as nice, not as fancy, and that we'll have that kind of snake around to the farmers area and over to the mason area and connect up everywhere else that's outside of our walls. So yeah. And speaking of our walls, I have gone ahead and marked out kind of placement, kind of temporary outlines for where I want all of the walls to go all the way around, even back here. And I think it'll turn out fairly well. I think we're going to have the wall go in front of the blacksmith. It's probably going to come over here, and I did end up moving this watchtower back away from our mountain a few blocks. That way we can have a nice little curve here and go in front of this watchtower and continue on over to the blacksmith over there. As far as the wall around our Ministry of Production goes, I think it makes sense to have the top of the wall go right past the entrance into our storage area. That way we can have easy access in there and whatnot. I think that'll be good. I also did kind of start to just very roughly mark out paths over to the Ministry of Production and all the way over to the blacksmith. And then the last thing that I've done is actually down here in the slime farm, or what will end up being the slime farm. I think we're going to have 4 layers. So the bottom layer and then 3 more layers up. I could probably go a lot more up. Let's see here. If I land on this top layer, this is at y equals 22. Y equals 22. So we could go a lot higher, but I don't really think it makes a whole lot of sense that the desert has a lot of sticky, slimy mobs jumping around. Yeah. So we're just going to have this be a small one. This is just going to be a small little farm. And maybe we'll build another city, nation, something else elsewhere in this world. And we'll have a larger slime farm there. So, yeah. I think I will end up building probably this wall and maybe the wall between the iron farm and the blacksmith over here. I might end up doing that off camera between episodes, just as well, it's just going to be more of the same of what you guys have already seen. Just something like this. So, yeah. And so, with that being said, I think that will do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.